It's almost too much light. Fuck. Everything going great. Going good. Fuck yeah. Put this back over here. We're getting set up. All right. There we go. That's looking a little better. All right. I haven't played bass for you guys in a while, so thought I'd kick off the stream with a little jam, like old times. So away you go, if I can remember how to do this. I haven't just jammed for a while, man, so I gotta relearn how to do all my old tricks. And I haven't jammed for people in a while, so I got to find my funky shoes, see if I can fly again. All right, we got a donation coming in from Jeffrey Dahmer, 1973. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. Whew. Jeez. All right. Let me see if I can't uncork one here. Find a place inside my mind. If I could only see, maybe I wouldn't be blind. Help me find my rhythm playing in my head. Help me find my beginning before the end. For the end of my day. We all have our day. We all have our day. And this one's mine. This one's mine. Find my rhythm playing in my head. Let me find my beginning before I'm dead. I was born and raised amongst the trash and slaves. Find another way, find another day. Another day. 'Cause we all have our day. We all have our day. This one's mine. This one's mine. We all have our day. We all have our day. We all have our day. one's mine. There's an old song I wrote a long time ago. I haven't uncorked it live in a while. How's everything sounding out there in YouTube land? I, of course, Jake the Asshole Gibson, the one and only. All right. Seems I've got the approval of the audience. That's good. All right. So we're going to do some chit chat a little later. It's not just going to be a big bass jam. I'll sit down with you guys and hang out with you guys. I really didn't have any plans tonight. I just figured I'd jam and hang out with my pals, you guys, the audience who subscribes here. The van life doesn't support me playing my bass live as much as I used to, so I got to relish these times where I have everything plugged up and tuned up and an audience. So, see if I can do something funky here. Flipping up a script, spitting out a flow, drop down a phone just to let y'all know where it come from, how it goes down. Solo bass Jake rolling through your hometown, banging the shit, had a bitch on a bus, having a pound of weed in a rubber's a must. Got a skip time, got a show to do, pop my funk the whole night through. Oh yeah, now y'all feeling what it's like. Then you believe, find the light, find the light. If you're going to the bank, take part to the show. Economic way to get to Frisco. Deep down south, LA to ST. Federales at the border, smoking down with me. Baja, Cabo, hang it up, let's go. Don't forget your sunblocks, hot in Mexico. Cancun, Mazatlan, king to the pond. Throw your hands in the air, shake your ass, tail down. Hey Panama, hey Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina, show me the way. YCM beach to the deep dark hood. May look bad, but it feels real good. Oh yeah, now y'all feel. You're feeling what it's like. Then you believe. Find the light. Find the light. Oh man, forget how tiring this game is. It's a young man's game. Good thing I'm forever young. Whoa. Oh man, I haven't played a lot of these songs in a long time. I'm trying to remember some of my old funky jams before I jumped on YouTube, just when I started slapping and funking out. So I like to go back to my roots and remember all my funkiest, craziest licks that I ever wrote. Because there was a time where I didn't focus on negative things in the world or conspiracies or anything. All I focused on was playing bass and playing funky licks. So there was a time where this was my life and I dedicated myself to just funking out and playing. And I have neglected the instrument lately and I get rusty, and I don't mean my dog Rusty. I get rusty as far as my skills start to decline. So here I am trying to regain those declining skills if I can and keep on funking for one day longer. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see if I can uncork an extra funky one for you guys. All right. Straight trip, baby, I've been known to lie. Now I've been locked up all of my life that I can't deny. Gotta go to school, get your education, have yourself some fun. But you got to find yourself before you find someone to baby give it up. All night, West Coast funkin'. I be straight West Coast funkin'. West Coast funkin'. Most of my day, chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool, shoot some people outside school. Couple of guys say was up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. One little fight and my mom got scared. You remember with your auntie and Uncle Bel Air? I was a four tapping when I came near. The lights put the pressure, the dice in the mirror. If anything I can say this camp was where I thought I'd never get it, your home's to Bel Air. Up to the house, 708. I'm yelling to my cabby, your home, smell later. Looked at the kingdom, finally there. I sit on my throne, there's a Prince of Bel Air, good times. Every time I'll be West Coast funkin'. Oh yeah, West Coast funkin'. All night to West Coast funkin'. Steve walks slowly down street with a Britain hell way down low. And there ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. The machine gun's ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, got you ready for this? Sitting on the edge of your seat, yeah. Now to the doorway, the bullets are red boom. To the sound of the beat, let's bring it. Another one bites the dust, and another one bites the dust, and another one's gone, and another one's gone, and another one bites the dust. Sugar, sugar. I think I just blew my load, man. Whew. I'm gonna need a break after that one. Oh shit. What's up, Tube? How'd that sound, you guys? I'll play some more in a bit. I need a quick break. Showing off like that takes a toll. That last little bit right there, it's like a cheetah when it uses all its energy, then it needs to sit and chill for a while before it can run fast again. Whew. So that sounded okay on your guys' end? All right. Good times. Yeah, I don't get to jam as much as I used to, and just having an instrument plugged up, in tune, and ready to go it's a big deal. If you don't have it plugged up, in tune, ready to go, then you just might not play. And I noticed that my bass skills weren't improving over the years because I wasn't playing as much as I used to. So one of my self-resolutions is that I need to brush back up on the bass, play more bass, and write more songs. Just be more musical. Anon Amos says, I didn't know this was a Cliff Burton channel. Oh, thank you. I just channel my my energy and my intensity and just try to have my own kind of way of playing and thumping. And I love all sorts of different bass players, but I don't try to specifically emulate one guy or the other. So I try to take little bits and pieces from all the different funky guys and kind of sex them together and make my own style out of it. But it's like skateboarding, kind of like you can see two different guys skateboard and do the same tricks, but it still looks different. Each guy has its own, adds its own pizzazz to the moves. Or professional wrestling, you know, there's many ways to jump off the turnbuckle and jump onto another guy. There's some guys who can do all these little sexy moves, and other guys just look like a lump of shit. And the same applies with music. So, speaking of wrestling, I actually watched a little bit tonight. I watched some WrestleMania tonight. Yeah. Anybody watch WrestleMania tonight? Does anybody still watch wrestling? Yeah, it was the big pay-per-view. It was WrestleMania, and I decided to just check it out. And they actually had fans in the stands. It wasn't a full show, but they actually allowed some fans, but they were all muzzled up. And then at one point, the wrestlers gave a PSA saying that you should go out and get VA-XX-inated. Bad news. Foamfoot420 says, I heard Hogan got booed. I missed that part. I didn't catch all of it. I just caught a few of the ending matches. I caught the main event and a couple of the matches before that. I used to watch a lot. I used to love wrestling, but I stopped watching, of course, but I tuned in tonight because it was WrestleMania, and so I thought I'd check it out. And sure enough, there it was, wrestlers telling me to go out and get VA-XX. Just can't escape it, man. You just can't escape it. Like, I'm going to watch some fantasy fighting. And guess what? The fantasy fighters, like, there's this one Mexican wrestler. He's, like, been around for, like, fucking 40 years or whatever. A Little Rey Mysterio. He wears a mask. He's like, roll up your shirt and get your shot. You need to roll up your shirt and get your shot, man. It's like, thanks, little masked wrestler. I appreciate the advice, man. So that's bad news. Can't even watch guys fake beat each other up without them telling me to really go put a chemical concoction in my body. Hey, are you enjoying us fake beating each other up? Go get a shot, man. Whoa! Hey, this is a fantasy. When I say fake, I mean it in the nicest way, because they do actually beat the shit out of each other. They just willingly beat the shit out of each other, and the ending is rigged. The end of the match is rigged. Except, of course, when it's not, in the case of the Montreal screw job. But that's for another day. That's for another day. Whew. So, while I catch my breath, I got a call today from my dad, actually, and we haven't spoken for several months, maybe almost a year. Maybe it's been a full year, but we had a blow-up argument when he asked me to wear a muzzle when we met up. He's like, when we meet up, are you going to wear a mask? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, well, then I guess we just can't see each other. I'm like, well, I guess not if you're afraid of your healthy son, if you're afraid to die because of your healthy son. And so we haven't spoken until today. Today was the first time I've talked to him since our blow up. And I've been vocal on this channel about the pains and issues I've had with family members and trying to explain to them, like, why I act the way I act and why I think the way I think. And I try my best to not get too mad at them, but it's very challenging to have a family member that you're close to at one point in life, and then when it gets to this point in life, it's like your relationship is degraded so far that's like you barely can even respect them because they are the type of person that has already gotten the shot, wants you to go get the shot, all that sorts of stuff. So it's hard not to have complete blow-ups with family members. But I was able to get through a conversation with my dad without blowing up for the first time in a while. And so that was good. Any of you guys know what I'm talking about as far as having a friend or a family member that this whole psychological operation has absolutely just destroyed your relationship with that person? And you remember the good times you used to have, but you know, like, you might not ever get it back. And it's sad, especially when it comes to like a loved family member or a parent in this sense for me. So at the very end of the conversation, my dad asked, are you going to get the shot? And I said, fuck no. in that tone of voice, he goes, yeah, well, I didn't think you would. And well, I haven't got it yet either, but all my friends have, and they're pressuring me to get it. So, you know, so he hasn't taken it yet, but his friends are pressuring him, and he's only got like 2 old guy friends. So I told him that there's, according to the numbers that he believes, there's a 99.7% chance of survival. So I'll just go ahead and take my chances with those numbers. And in fact, I think those numbers are fabricated. And I said, but I don't want to argue about it. So I'll just leave it at that. So there's less than 1% chance of dying, Dad, if you go by the numbers that you believe. So we left it at that. We almost went there, but we agreed not to go any further. So it was close. We almost had it out again, but we made it through. Dave Sims says, my older brother doesn't really talk to me much anymore because of this. They can't understand what mRNA is. Well, they can't tell you about any of the ingredients or why they work. All they want is their normal back, man. You know, the normal that got taken by the same people who's trying to sell them normal. I said this on my stream the other night on the Asshole channel. I said, the same people who psychologically stole your normal, they took away your normal and turned the world upside down and muzzled everyone up, got everyone to be afraid of people's mouths and noses. Yeah, the government psychologically tricked people into this non-normal, and they're promising people if you get the shot, it'll go back to normal. See how they did that? They came along, they fuck up normal, and then they promise you that you can go back to normal if you take a concoction of chemicals that experts created. You know, experts, those guys in lab coats who like mix together chemicals in beakers because they're so smart. They went to school, they have a degree. Oh, you didn't go to school and get a degree? You don't mix chemicals in beakers? Well, then you're not an expert, so you don't get to have an opinion. So shush. Shush if you have an opinion, because you didn't go to school and mix chemicals together in beakers. You're not an expert. That's what I'm up against. That's what I'm up against. Like, my dad will be like, well, my friend Ann works in a hospital, so she's been warning me that if I get the boogeyman disease, that I'm probably going to die. It's like, Dad, she works in a hospital. Do you know how a hospital makes money? And he's like, yes. It's like he knows what I'm going to say, but he doesn't want to hear it. And he knows how basic it is. And I had to do it. I had to say it again. Do you know how the hospital makes money? Yes, Jacob, I know how hospitals make money. Well, they rely on people being sick, you know. Healthy people don't make hospitals much money. For instance, me, I don't have health insurance and I don't ever go to the hospital, so they rarely ever see me and they rarely ever get my money. I pretty much have to be on death's doorstep in order for the hospital to get my money. And even then, I might still just take my fucking chances. The older I get, the less I go to the hospital. In fact, when I was a kid, the only reason I went to the hospital is because my parents, fucking drugged me there while I was perfectly healthy. So all the assassinations, didn't say it. All the ones I've ever had were against my will when I was a kid. Straight up against my will. I was like, is it going to hurt? No! I don't want anything that's going to hurt. I remember kicking and screaming, never wanting one. So I can say I never, ever willingly ever wanted one. And so all the ones that I ever had forced on me were because of my damn parents taking me. So since I've been of free will and free mind, nobody has entered this body with any needles of any kind. Thank you very much. And that's the way it is going to stay until death. That is the way it's going to stay. And I'm sure you guys probably have a similar story that the only reason you ever got pumped with any chemicals was because you were a child and your parents fucking took you. So my argument to my dad, which is always a flawless argument, is like, hospitals need sick people. And back in the day, like, you used to pay a doctor to keep you healthy, and now you have to pay a doctor while they slowly kill you. They drain your bank account down to negative infinity. They'll drain your bank account to negative infinity, and then they'll kill you. And guess what? Nobody ever gets too mad about medical malpractice. It's totally cool. It's kind of like, oops, that's life. That's life as you die. Sorry. I'm sure some of you guys have a story to tell about maybe a grandmother or a grandfather who probably could have made it through whatever. But when they went to the hospital drugged them up, put them under, and they never saw the light of day ever again. I've heard that story several times that, like, well, my grandfather did have like a slight, heart problem and this and that, but I don't think that, it was until he went to the hospital and then they got him under and then he just never woke back up. So it's almost like once they get you there, they got you, man. So the point I was making to him was that if you stay away from hospitals and you feel good, there's no point in going and having any preventative measures done if you stay away and everything's going awesome. And that's kind of the whole like reason why I save money on not going to any medical facilities, and I don't sign up for medical insurance. And when the tax man asks why, I'm like, I'm poor, just so poor, just can't afford it. Wink. Yeah. Form 420 says, had a grandma go to the hospital for sprained ankle, never came out. That's a sad, sad story right there. And, medical malpractice, like I said, it's just like one of those things people just like shrug their shoulders like, well, that's the cost of doing business. And it's like, yeah, I know they saved some people's lives, but what about all the people's lives that aren't saved or are just completely ruined? And then the people are just psychologically mind fucked. That's what helps by being a strong psychological mind, like really being confident in what you know about your own body and what's healthy and good for you, that you're not willing to let some person who works in a hospital, just because they took some classes that you didn't take at a college, just because they have a degree on the wall or whatever, just because they have a title. They might have everyone else's respect in the world. They might be called a hero. They might have that six-figure income, whatever. What they don't have is my permission to do whatever they want to my body, because I'm the one at the end of the day who gets to call the shots. And I call the shots whether or not I take a shot from now on. And my thing is I just don't take them. I don't take shots anymore for anything of any kind. No more. There's no reason to. And I walk around feeling great. And so because I walk around feeling great all the time, there's just not a reason for me to ever think that I need to take a shot. So my plan is to just continue feeling great forever until I don't. And then when I don't, well, then fuck it, I'll just die. And the cool thing is, you can get to a point in your life where you can know what happens when you die, or be pretty sure, and be totally comfortable with that, and not even mind if you die. So therefore, you're not even scared of dying. So really taking preventative measures is like, not even, there's really no reason. I'm not afraid of death, and I feel awesome. So that's pretty much reason enough. Let's get a text. Oh, look at this. There's a girl wanting to hang out with me, but I'm not in that town and I'm here streaming. So I'm going to have to say, no, I can't. Sorry. I'm streaming right now. No. I'm in another town. I'm in another town and I'm on camera. Sorry, lady. You're going to have to take a number. If I was in that town, I'd probably shut the stream down and be like, okay, guys, gotta go. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Just playing, y'all. So let me go to the chat. I've been neglecting you guys, and there's been a lot of good comments, I'm sure. Let's hope. Jenny Simon says, of those chemical pharmaceuticals have to wean off. It's ridiculous. Morphine is natural and easy on the body as long as they don't put a cap on your nose or on your dose, which they do now. Jeremy Watt says, you might qualify for Medi-Cal. Oh yeah, I might qualify for a lot of things. I just don't want to go in there. See, my thing is when it comes to hospitals, I treat it like a mechanic. If you have a perfectly good running car and you take it into a shady mechanic, they'll fucking break something and then charge you to fix it. Or they'll just make something up if you don't know enough about cars. You take your car to a mechanic who's shady and he finds out that you don't know shit about cars. He'll be like, yeah, the defibrillator and your respirator, they're both broken. It's definitely going to be $1,000. So you're going to need to do that. And then that's how they trick you. And so it's the same at the vet with your dog, and it's the same at the hospital. I learned this the hard way. And so once you learn it the hard way, then you know forever, like, oh, I get it. It's a game of life and death, and there's money involved. So, of course, there's going to be shadiness. It's a game of life and death, and there's money involved. When are you most likely to make a decision to throw all your money on the line? Oh, I'm dying. Oh, you want to take a ride to the hospital in our blinking light van? Woo, woo. It'll only cost several $1,000s. Would you like to take a ride in our helicopter? It'll only cost like infinity dollars and put you in debt forever, basically. But you'll live, man. You'll live. Would you like to take a ride in our flashy mobiles? It's going to cost you, but we'll get you there fast and we'll save you, we promise. You got to kind of think of what got you there in the first place where you need the flashy mobile people, you know? Now, I can see if you bust up your leg or whatever, you get a motorcycle accident, you got to go to the hospital and have them fix your arm or something. That's understandable. That's like a reason why I would end up in a hospital is if I messed up, an arm or a leg and needed him to fix it, because I can't self-heal those things or perform surgery on myself on a let's say a broken bone that's like sticking out of the skin or whatever. I don't think I could put it all back together and fix myself. So there are certain circumstances where I would go to the hospital if I absolutely had to, but like I said, man, I'd be on death's doorstep before I do. Or I'll have to have a bone sticking out and blood shooting everywhere. So I just came off an awesome trip in Santa Cruz. It was one of those revitalizing experiences where I got to do some medicinal mushrooms, medicinal kind, and got to hang out on the beach in my Zen spot, and it was a really good restarting of the body, I guess. One of those like regenerating your soul or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of hard to explain when you come off of a good trip. It's kind of hard to put it in words, like sometimes. But let's just say I had a really good trip over at the coast and did some soul searching, and it went all really, really well, and it all led me to like very positive places, such as wanting to play more live music. So what led me to jamming tonight for you guys was realizing that I have been neglecting my musical abilities and my bass playing and my songwriting, and I need to get back to it. And so the cool thing about my psychedelic experiences is generally they take me to very positive places. It's not like that for everybody, but it is for a lot of people, especially me. Somebody calling me from a no caller ID, trying to mess up my stream. That's not going to happen. Hey, Lee's in the house from England. He says, oh my fucking God, I've just got up. Hey, what's up over there in jolly old England? Glad you could join us, bro. He says, morning, Jake. Morning. Actually, over here, it's 10:44, so it's actually still night. So I can't technically say good morning to you and mean it until tomorrow. And it's not tomorrow here yet. Isn't that weird that it's tomorrow for you, but not for me? I'm still living in yesterday. Can you guys tell me what happens in the future? Like, bro, you're living in the future. Can you tell me who wins the Super Bowl next? Oh, wait. Can you tell me who? Fuck. You're only like this much in front of me. You don't have any information that's pivotal to me. Have you learned anything in the last 3-4 hours or whatever that you're ahead of me? How far ahead are you in England? 6 hours? What have you learned in that 6 hours that I don't know, bro? I need to know the future. Lee says 0.645. Gotta pick miss up from work. Oh, you gotta go pick your missus up from work. Somebody's asking my opinion of the world wars, how much I trust the history lessons. Man, I don't trust jack shit from history, which really leaves me in this really funny place of just not having a clue, like, what really happened at any point, man. Between all the holy books, the Bible, and all the old holy books and what they say, and then what mainstream science says, you know that the truth is maybe out there somewhere in between all that shit, or it might have nothing to do with any of it. So, man, I'm one of those guys that openly admits, like, history, don't have a fucking clue. What the map looks like, what the world shape is, where I am in this existence of life and time, I have no idea. Look at this, no caller ID. Hello? Who is this? Oh. Yeah, it's a stalker. I'm gonna have to turn off my phone. I have a stalker. Yeah. I literally do. I have a stalker. And they call from no ID numbers. And there's this one guy that he's this flaming homosexual, and he changes numbers, and he fucking uses apps and shit to call me from every number. And he's like, hey, it's Queer San Francisco. How's it going? That's what he just, yeah. So that's what's awesome about being a YouTuber, is that you get stalkers. I don't know. Part of me wanted to put it on speakerphone, but then you guys would think it was like some sort of like real, or you guys would think it was fake or something. But it's actually real. There's a guy that stalks me, and I don't want to give him attention because that's what they feed on. So I'll just leave it at that, and I'll just make a statement that, yeah, there's a guy that stalks me, and he calls me from blocked numbers, and he spends his time trying to talk to me when I've made it clear that I don't want to talk to him. I've blocked so many different numbers. Anywho, so we're going to move on. In fact, I think we need to take a ceremonial tokish of the bowl to clean out our system, rejuvenate our soul after that stalker called me and messed up my mojo. Let me grab my ceremonial toking device. You guys know what to do. All right. All right, if you guys want to see me ceremoniously smash this bowl, I want to see you smashing the thumbs up. I want to see 50 thumbs up. I see 64 people watching, so that means 50 thumbs up seems doable. Let's go. All right, smash the thumbs. I want to see 50. Here's the deal. If I don't see 50, I'm going to shut it down. And people quit asking where I am. I just told you a stalker is calling me from a no ID caller. Do you think now I want to give away my location? If you're smart enough, you already know where I am. And if you don't know where I am, then don't fucking worry about it. Y'all trying to give away my location? Smash the thumbs up. I want to see 50 thumbs up. We have to do this for the Al Gore rhythms. Do you guys understand that? And if we don't, then I'm going to shut it down and we won't go to Funky Town. If we don't get 50 thumbs up, then I'm not going to puff this and I'm not going to slap the bass. And I'm going to close the computer. I'll just start closing it. We're almost there. All we need is 2 more. There it is. Yay, we made it. I knew you guys could do it. Bum, ba, ba, ba. Felix says Jake's buzzed. Yes, I am. So I was telling a story and I got sidetracked, and I'll kind of tell it again. But basically, I went to the beach. I took some mushrooms, and I had a really fucking good psychedelic spiritual experience, and it was rejuvenating. And after having an experience where you come back feeling so rejuvenated, it's like I want to tell people about it and put it into words, but it's hard to put something like that into words, and nobody really cares. But basically, had a lot of positivity come soaring at me from all directions on this trip. And I've shown you guys my spot. I go to a spot in Santa Cruz, California. It's this rock that goes out and goes to a point, and the waves come crashing in, and there's a nice spot to sit down. And I had my music going, and I had my bowl, and I had my beer, and I had my trip going in full effect, and I was listening to my favorite band, Blue Oyster Cult, and I was listening to The Fish, and then I was also going on scooter rides. I was going on scooter rides while I was tripping out along the beach, and I was listening to Joe Satriani, and he plays these really cool riffs from the 80s, and so it was like, and I'm riding my scooter to like 80s Joe Satriani and shit. It's killer. Or 90s Satriani, whatever. It's awesome. The cool thing about going on a scooter ride in a really nice place is it's almost like being good at skateboarding. I'm not good at skateboarding, but when I'm on a scooter, I can press the fucking throttle and go fast and not fall down, and then it makes me feel like I'm good at skateboarding. So it's like if you want to feel like you're good at skateboarding, just get yourself an electric scooter, man. It's awesome. Ratso says shroomy trips are the best trips. Yes, I have to agree. I have to agree. Although I've had great trips on acid as well. My only gripe about acid is it lasts too long sometimes. After like hour number 10, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to still feel this. I'm ready to go to sleep. Whereas like on mushrooms, it'll be like 6-7 hours and then it'll fade out. A good 5-6-7 hour range and then it fades out. Whereas like if I take a really good hit of acid, it'll fry me for fucking 15 to 24 hours. So I've had some great trips, man. In fact, I don't even really remember ever having a bad trip. So when people talk about bad trips, it's usually because they put themselves in a situation where something went wrong, or like they somehow got sick or something. But I've never had a bad trip. Almost every one of them was fucking awesome. Pretty much either pretty cool to fucking life-changingly awesome. Someone says, do any fishing? I love fishing, but I haven't done any fishing lately. I used to go fishing a lot, and then I just haven't went and got a license the last like 4-5 years or so. It's been a while. And then I used to go crab snaring, which is like fishing, except you have crab snares that you put down on the bottom of the ocean off of a pier, and then you pull Dungeness crab up off the ocean floor. And I used to do that, but the pier that I go to, they shut that down once the boogeyman disease rolled around. They shut down the pier that I like. And so I have not been fishing in a while, but I like fishing. For whatever reason, it doesn't bother me so much when I like kill a fish. I don't know. I have this spiritual thing where it's like I want to hunt and I don't want to hunt. Like it's like I want to fish and I don't want to fish. It's like I like the animals and I want to fucking eat them at the same time. It's like I want them to live and have great lives and I also want to eat them. So it's like one of those deals. Jenny Simon says, love psychedelics. Most people do. I even know people that don't like to trip out, but they like the medicinal aspects of the mushrooms. The most common psilocybin cubensis strain that people get the medicinal aspects from, if you just eat like a little bit, they call it microdosing. You just eat a little bit, and then you get the effects without tripping out and hallucinating. You get the effects of just feeling really fucking good all day. And the side effect of feeling really fucking good all day, some people would say, cures their depression. So people who are depressed and then they decide to stop taking their depression medication and then they eat a microdose of psilocybin and then they'll be like, wow, I felt great. That's way better. And it's like, yeah, guess what? You can grow that stuff for pennies, and it's a quick, easy process that you can do at home, way easier than even growing a pot plant. So if you guys ever want some, all you have to do is order the spores and fucking go right here on YouTube and watch a video, how to grow psychedelic mushrooms. And then you can grow them yourself. So it's kind of that easy. And then if you're like, oh no, I'm scared because they're elite, it's like you can grow it inside of a little Tupperware container, basically. Like You can grow it inside of a cardboard box. There's no smell, there's no odor. So if you ever wanted to create your own medicine, it is quite easy. And then all your friends will bother you and want you to hook them up. So then you'll inevitably be a dealer whether you want to or not. But here's the thing. I've been growing a certain strain over the years whenever I've needed the medicine. I've had my own strain over the years that I've always just regrown, and it was called the Z strain. And I got a hold of this other strain, and I hadn't taken somebody else's strain in a while. So I hadn't taken someone else's mushrooms in a while. So I got a hold of this other guy's mushrooms because I heard that he had this good strain. And the strain, I'm not shitting you, it's called penis envy. That's what it's called. It's called penis envy. You can Google it, look it up. It's a real strain. And anyway, never had that strain of psilocybin before, but I figured, all right, I'll give it a go. And my friend was talking it up. He's like, dude, you got to go to this one guy and get this strain. He's like, you're going to dig it. I was like, all right. So I go to this one guy and I get this one strain, and he's got these little tiny little fat little mushrooms and all sorts of weird little shaped mushrooms. And I was like, cool, okay. And gotta say, very potent and a little different than mine. And man, had me a wonderful fucking trip. It's like the kind of trip where you just walk around and everything you look at, it's like, that tree's fucking beautiful. Look at that house. Look how fucking awesome that house. I wish I lived in that house. Wow, the beach is awesome right now. Look at the fucking moon. Wow, I wish I knew what the moon was. Whoa. Even the seagulls are playing with the fucking seals, dude. Whoa, so beautiful. I wish I could go swimming with the fucking seal. It's like a trip out on everything. And it's like everything in that atmosphere is beautiful. And so I go there specifically to trip out because I know when I get there, the weather's going to be awesome and the atmosphere is going to be awesome. I just have to avoid the diaper wearing people. The only bad thing is the diaper wearing people. But other than that, it's perfect weather conditions and perfect aesthetics for a psychedelic trip. It is one of the most grand places for a psychedelic trip. Foamfoot 420 says penis envy are the best. Andrew Gartner asked if I shaved. No, man. I have one of those invisible beards, bro. Get it? Mikey Yokohama, if I said that correctly, says, haha, nice trip to script. Look at the moon. Well, the hard thing is describing a trip. See, I have these trips that are just so intense and overwhelming. And then I'm thinking in my head, man, I got to tell my YouTube audience about this. And then I fire up the camera and I'm like, I feel rejuvenation. It's good. I like it. And it's like, fuck, I want to describe it better than that, man. But sometimes there are things in life that you can't fucking describe that you really want to. And then when you try, you don't get it right. And then you're not even pleased with your own description. And that's what happens to me whenever I try to describe like my mushroom trips or my acid trips. Or the hardest was when I was like trying to describe my DMT experience. It's like, I can't fucking say what I want. It's not going to come out right. And you're not going to get it. And I'm just going to freak you out. And it's like, I freaked out a girl. There was a girl who was interested in me. And then she wanted to know about my DMT experience. And then when I told her, she never wanted to talk to me anymore. So it's like, I freaked her the fuck out because I had to like try and explain something that's unexplainable and fucking reenact something that happened to me that is so out of this motherfucking world that it'll twist your goddamn mind into fucking eternity forever. And then she's like, it's getting late. I gotta go. Bye. And I never saw her again. So sometimes I have to realize there are things that are going to happen to me that are fucking so overwhelming and amazing, but I just can't goddamn describe it to anyone else. And if I try, I'll just like stumble and fail. Andrew Gartner says, just kidding, please don't ban me. Oh, I'm not in a banning mood, bro. It's all good. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very positive place. I'm in a very, very positive place, and I have been for a while. Regardless of what anyone may think, I do pretty well on a day-to-day basis because I get to wake up and decide whatever the fuck I feel like doing. And it's almost a curse in some ways. Because some days I'll wake up and not know what I feel like doing. And then I'll feel like I waste the day away, like wondering what I should go do. And then I'm like, shit, I should have made a video. I should have went live. Oh, I should have went and did this or that. So there are some days where like, I don't even know what I feel like doing. And I'm like, should I go to the beach? Oh, I just went to the beach. Should I go to the casino and make money? Should I go live like right now? All right, I'm going to go live. Like tonight, I'm like, I'm going to go live. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. I just feel like going live and talking to my audience because I'm bored, but I feel good. And I want to hang out with somebody and my audience is there. They're always going to hang out with me. They're going to want to hang. And so tonight was one of those nights. If you look at the title, it's just like chat, bass jam. So that's all I got for you tonight. Let's feel good, man. And through feeling good, I feel like I need to play more bass guitar. That was what one of my trips, what I came to the conclusion through my trip was that I need to play more music. So tonight I played some music already, and I just might play some more towards the end of this stream. It just might happen. Andrew Gartner says, I don't think you should eat fast food. You're giving them your money. Keep your money for you, and you want to give it to, you wouldn't want to own a poison food company. Yeah, bro, that's one of those deals where when you live out of a van and you live life day to day, not giving a flying fuck so much, there are days where like, yeah, dude, I just need a 99-cent coffee and a breakfast burrito and a quick get and go. And I don't have time to like, well, I do have time, but I don't always feel like just going to the grocery store and buying food and making food all the time. So there are some times where I just, like anybody, I have a weak moment. I see the golden arches and I'm like, I want $1 coffee. And I want a breakfast burrito or a sausage McMuffin. And I have that weak moment and it happens. All right. I'm not a perfect human being. Some of you guys in chat are perfect human beings and I'm not one of them. Now, do I eat only fast food? No, I eat all sorts of stuff. That's the cool thing about being me is that I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. And I still look like this. Yeah. I pretty much always look like this, and I just eat whatever I want. And then when that plan fails, then I'll create a new plan. Everyone's saying smoke a bowl. Okay, you guys want to smoke? You guys are like, you want to smoke more pot? Let's smoke some pot. And this time I won't even make you slam the thumbs. We'll just smoke some pot. You guys ever used to break off this part of the lighter and then you tweak this little part, and then you can make a fucking torch and be like, yeah, it's almost where this one's at right now. It's on the fringe of being a torch. All right, we're gonna load up another one here. I'm gonna scroll back in chat. I don't read that many chats, so I should read some more. Let me scroll back. Yeah, let me try to find some comments that are worth reading. Okay, Gabriel777 says, our DNA holds a kind of memory that's transmitted from generation to generation. Huh. See, my thing is I don't even know. I don't even know if DNA is real. I don't know if RNA is real. I don't know. It's all a bunch of letters to me, man. Bunch of shit I just don't know. I kind of like being unknowledgeable in that aspect, as far as not knowing what I don't know. It's like, all right, I'm cool. Since I don't know, I'm going to embrace not knowing. So when someone's like, bro, do you know what they're going to do to our RNA? I'm like, no, I don't even know if RNA is a thing, bro. Do you even know if DNA is a thing? Have you ever really fucking seen it? Do you really fucking know? Have you been able to obtain one of their VAXXs and then study it under a microscope? No, you haven't. Well, shut up. We don't know. Oh, shit. So I don't even try to pretend to know about all that stuff. I'm very honest and open. I'm a dude. I'm a musician. I like to have fun. I like to play songs. And I like to fuck. Those are some of the things I like. And then they did a government operation, and here we are. It's pretty much where I stand. It's very basic. Someone asked, Andrew Gartner asked if I was ever vegan. No, I was never fully vegan, but I did cut a lot of meat out of my diet at one point. And if you go back and look at me at that point, I was really skinny and frail looking. That was the most skinny I've ever been. You can go back and watch the videos. Back in like 2017, I cut a lot of meat out of my diet and ate a lot of salads and stuff. I tried to eat big fat salads and flax seeds and chia seeds and all kind of crap. And so I used to do more of a vegetarian diet, but I never cut meat and cheese out completely. But if you go back and look at me, I was a lot more frail. My cheeks were sunken in, and there was a point where I got down to like 120 pounds or something. It wasn't good. Foamfoot 420 asks if I can sing I Don't Believe in C Word. You want me to sing it? Like a cappella? You know, I would perform it, except the problem is I have not practiced that song in a long time. And so, and it was a studio song where I came up with the riff and the words separately. We just made it in the studio. It was like when you create something in the studio, you then you have a challenge of then trying to play it live. And so usually you're supposed to like come into the studio with a song that you already like have been playing, but in this case we created, I don't believe in COVID in the studio, and so to try to play it live is a challenge that I haven't practiced yet because the situation has never presented itself. So I would need to work on that one. I could sing along the words, but even that, I haven't listened to the song in months, so I might even stumble over my own words. That sounds disappointing, I'm sure, that I haven't worked on that one lately. I'm sorry. I'm going to need to. You put me on the spot. She says, "You've got talent. You can do it." Oh, I know I can do it. I just haven't practiced it. And so to just try to do it on the spot. It's a goofy song. And I took a lot of lyrical liberties in there. And I just haven't done it in a long time. So I'd have to go back and practice it. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go back and practice it. We all have our limitations. Big Water says, "When are you gigging in Canada?" I don't know, man. I don't even know if they'll ever let me go over there without a VAXX pass. I don't even know, man. I don't know if they'll let me over there or not. Star Rose says, "I like Jake and Thomas songs." Me too. And I told him that we need to make more music, and that we need to stop slacking, and we need to make more music. So hopefully we can pump out some new tunes soon. That's part of the deal. When I had my trip, is it came to me that I need to work with Thomas more, and we need to make more songs for sure. And that we need to practice the songs so that we can play them live. So that's another thing, is like without Thomas, for me to put the whole song on my back's tough, because that's like got some very key guitar parts in it. And so I would like to have a deal where me and Thomas can practice these songs and then even theoretically one day do a tour. So hopefully that will come to fruition. If I put my mind to it, I think I can make it happen. Andrew Gartner says, "I'm trying to be vegan, but I keep failing. I try to eat enough calories, but it's really hard. I'm thinking about using nutrition yeast. Hopefully it's not full of BS, toxic chemicals." Well, some people thrive on fat and protein and meat. And so I don't know, man. The vegan diet fails a lot of people. There's countless stories of people online saying that they tried the vegan diet and that it failed them, and that they ended up in the hospital and almost died, and countless stories. So I never went fully vegan, and just going vegetarian was the time where I told you my cheeks were sinking in and I was like 120 pounds. So right now I eat pretty much whatever I want, whenever I want, and I maintain a weight of like 150 pounds. So, Not a Son says, "You and Thomas jam." Well, he's not here right now. It's just me right now. I could probably crank out another jam, but it'll be like a funky bass jam. It won't be I don't know. I might maybe could get myself in the right mind frame to do a little bit of No Satellites. Maybe I might could get myself in the right mind frame. Jacob Newsom says, "I can't wait to see what music you produce when you get crypto rich, bro." Oh, well, you don't have to wait that long. And I don't know. I don't have a ton of money in crypto. I invested some, but I'm not like a millionaire by any means. So, and I don't know if it'll ever make me a millionaire, but hey, there's always hope, and I like what you're saying. Sounds good to me. Dominic Delete Spioto says, "Play that funky music, white boy." I will. One sec. I'll be right back. I need to grab one more brew to get me through. Oh, shit. I want to thank you for the donations too, by the way. It says, "Play that funky music, white boy." My cover band used to play that one at the bars back before the Boogeyman, of course, and that was a crowd favorite. All right. And I have accepted I am a bit of an addict at heart. We all have our downfalls, and one of mine is that I like to drink some beers and smoke some weed and eat some mushrooms. And some people might look down on that sort of thing. So if you look down on that sort of thing, I apologize. And me talking about this sort of stuff might not be the type of stream that you dig, but I got to be honest with my audience about who I am, and that was the sort of stuff I did before I ever started this channel. I was a funky white boy slapping bass and drinking beers and smoking pot, and then I discovered that the earth might be flat and made a video about it, and here we are today because of it. On the backup channel to the Flat Earth Asshole channel. Live streaming with 69 people watching. 69. All right. All right. I think I hear the bass calling. All right, one more hit. All right, one more hit. All right. Strap fell off. Excuse me while I strap this thing on. Check, check. All right. Scott Kelly, he's a fucking liar. He's hanging around in a harness in front of a green screen. That bald fucking liar's never been his face. You can see it written all over his blood red face, yeah. There are no satellites in space, so NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space, so you assume. There are no satellites in space, so NASA never went to the moon. There is no space station in space, so NASA never went to the moon. Oh fuck. The image you see in your telescope, it might be a hologram. Have you ever heard of this thing called Project Bluebeam? You'd be amazed what they're actually doing with all of our money. They're keeping us locked away from the land, milk and honey. Ooh. There are no satellites in space, so NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space, so you'd assume. There are no satellites in space, NASA never went to the moon. There is no space station in space, NASA never went to the moon. Can't fool me, 'cause I'm too slick. Woo! Can't fool me, 'cause my mind's too slick, bitch. So suck on my dick, 'cause I'm not falling for your corny cartoons. Because I am not a well indoctrinated buffoon. There are no satellites in space, so NASA never went to the moon. There are no astronauts in space, but so you'd assume. There are no satellites in space, so NASA never went to the moon. There is no space station in space, so NASA never went to the moon. NASA never went to the moon. NASA never went to the moon. All right. Whew. Oh, once I started that one, I'm like, oh shit, you done started this one without a drum machine and without any help. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Oh shit. Oh man. Whew. Oh shit. All right. Made it through with only like one hiccup. It's not too bad. Haven't played that one in a long time. How'd that sound out there? Not too bad, huh? Yeah? All right. Whew. Oh man. Let me make sure everything's still in somewhat of a tune. Yeah, I'm getting a little sharp. Little sharp. Whack. All right. All right. Now I gotta think of something new to play or old to play. Something. All right.
Yeah. Just jamming and funking around. There's some funky old stuff I used to funk around with. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and try to add a little drum to the equation, and we'll see what happens here. There we go. Baby, I've been feeling lately something isn't right now. You got me kind of crazy. You got me feeling something. This is what I know. I love to get your booty bumping, just like the night before. You know you like it slowly. I gives it to you fast. My memories are fading. I gotta make it last. Got to make it last. Got to make it last. Last. Oh yeah. Crazy, my brains are feeling hazy. This is what I know. I love to keep that booty bumping, just like the night before. You know you like it slowly, I gives it to you fast. My memories are fading, thinking about to blast. Thinking about to blast. Thinking about to blast. Blast. Ooh, it's party time. Baby, I've been feeling lately something is wrong. Got me kind of crazy. You got me feeling something. This is what I know. Gotta keep that booty bumping, just like the week before. You know you like
like slowly, I cruise it to you fast. The memories were fading, I think I'm about to blast. Think I'm about to blast. I'm about to blast, 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 blast. Ooh. Oh man. That one was called Booty Bumpin'. I wrote that one a long time ago. It's kind of came on the spot. All right. Gotta remember this song now. Shit. How else did it go? Okay. I wake up in the morning and I'm off to class. Gotta hit the highway and I'm speeding, y'all. Hauling some ass, stuck in the parking lot. But I can't find a spot. I'm parking in a handicap and hope I don't get caught. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Slip it to you from overseas. I grow my own trees and feed the disease. I only use some top-notch seeds. These dirty deeds be the bees' knees. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? With non-verbal communication, gotta use symbolic logic while I flip off the nation. My pothead homies blaze it up to this song, converting Sobe bottles into Sobe bongs. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? All right. Every once in a while, I notice, like, whoa, I'm getting carried away. I wonder how loud I am. I hope no one calls the policies on me, the policy enforcers. Ooh. Whoa, poppy noises. Oh, shit. Oh. Where do I want to sit? Next to the door. Well, yeah, that's it's kind of tiring. I hope it sounded good on that end. I had a few hiccups and a few mistakes. I haven't been playing, so tonight was a night where I threw myself to the wolves and played a live show and tried to remember all my old songs on the spot. And so I had a few moments and I had a few hiccups, so I know I need to work on my shit. Phew. Foamfoot says, great job, sounded awesome. Well, thank you very much. You're very kind. I'm gonna have to mod you up over here, huh? Lee, over in England, Lee anti-NWO says, good jam, mate. Thank you. I all day long I was like, man, I need to do something. I need to like go live. I need to do something. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. In the back of my head, it's like, just jam, man. And I'm like, just jam what? Like just jam? Like, yeah, it's fucking whatever happens, just play songs. It's like, okay. So that was the plan. To have a classic Jake bass jam in chat. So I accomplished that plan. At least there's that. But I'm always very critical of my own performances, so I know, like, oh man, I messed up on this part. I forgot how this one song goes. God damn it. So I always feel after any performance, is whether it's for 5 people or for 1,500 or whatever, I always criticize myself. Waiting to dye clothing says, you look tuckered. That took it out of me. I am kind of tired now. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of wore me out. Well, I did 2 jams. I did one earlier and then talked with you guys, and that was the second jam. Yeah, that one kind of wore me out. Learn Hand says sometimes I hear Megadeth playing, not just in my head. I actually hear it, and it's scary as fuck because I can't turn it off unless I run down the street naked. That's the only way is when you run down the street naked. Cool. Just do that then from now on. And then if anyone like gives you a hard time, just explain to them your dilemma, and I'm sure they'll understand. So you have Megadeth in your head. Here's your little penis is dangling along. You just be like, I hear Megadeth. And they'll be like, oh, okay. That's cool then. uh, Learned Hand says it happens in the shower. Yeah, well, like you said, you have to be running down the street naked. Can't happen in the shower. That's life, my friend. That's the life you were born with. So you got to go with it. If I was you, I'd try to turn that into some sort of Hollywood show or something. It's got to be some sort of reality TV show just right for you out there. Uh, Foamfoot says, I hate it that I got to wake up at 5 a.m. and slave away. Oh, no. Still got to go do that? I remember those days. But I've been removed from a slave job for like 5 years now, so it's been a long time. I have to like try and remember hard what it felt like to like not want to get up the next day and go to work. I used to remember what that was like, but those days are long gone for me. Now I wake up and wonder what the hell I should do. I wake up and go, huh? What now? And then people like will be like, all right, write a song. I'm like, okay, I need to write the next song. What's the next one gonna how's that one gonna go? I'm gonna try to sit down and beat the world. And it's a very slow process, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have the next cool song lined up and ready to go and pitch it to Thomas and get him to record it, and then we'll make a video and all that magical shit will happen. But it's gotta start with me coming up with the idea and fucking writing it. So if I come up with the idea and then I write it, then there's a better possibility that then Thomas will record it and then make a video for it. So it always comes back to me. And it's always in my head like, get to work. Get to work. Be more creative. So today was a day I was trying to work out some of my creativity kinks. And it took me being lazy all day and then drinking beers and smoking a bunch of weed and then firing up a live stream, and I finally did it. That story did not tie together. Foamfoot says it's not fun. Well, Foamfoot, you could relocate here and live your life alongside of me, and we would get like double the amount of views and double, triple the amount of donations. And I would show you how to hustle slot machines, and we'd be fucking double making awesome money. And I could show you how to flip that money in the crypto market, and then we could live in a solid gold house and have the coolest YouTube channel that ever existed. Or you could go to work tomorrow. It's your choice, Just saying, if you wanted to. I'm gonna start pitching that to women from now on. That's gonna be one of my deals. Is like, if you come hang out with me, people will watch more, and then I'll teach you how to hustle slot machines, and then we'll both become YouTube slot machine famous. Like it's like my new pitch. Like, working is for suckers. For instance, here's how I go to work. Instead of doing what you do, here's how I go to work. Buy this. It's fucking good. I made this. Well, I didn't make it, but I thought of it. And I make money if you buy it. Fucking buy this. See, that's how I go to work. And even that didn't make me feel that good. I feel kind of icky that I had to work that hard. One of my mottos is, don't work and play hard. Or no, play at work and then play hard. How does it go? Something like that. Play at work and then play hard. That's my motto. It's how I got this far. Phone Funny says it's a good pitch. Well, you're only going to get this offer once. There's not going to be another guy who has a YouTube channel like me and who is a bass player like me and who's funny like me and who's good looking like me and who magically knows how to make money by pressing a button and has life by the balls. You know, the only thing I'm fucking missing is a chick right here. That's the only fucking thing I'm missing. That's the thing that I struggle with the most, is that I just am missing that. And I know the coolest, most awesome places to hang out and have romantic, amazing times. But today's women are just mostly retarded. And then all the women who might like me live really far away. So that's the trade-off. So I learned, here's a story about work. I learned when I was young, when I went to work with my dad, I was like, this is not fun. I was excited to go to work with my dad, and then I found out he was putting in carpet, and you have to get down on your hands and knees and swing a hammer and use knee pads and use a knee thing and razor blades, and you can cut your fingers open. And so I went to work with my dad, and it was like, this sucks. This working hard thing is fucking not. I remember being a kid and thinking, this fucking sucks. Like, somehow I knew in my head to say fucking. I was like, this fucking sucks. I didn't say it out loud. I would have gotten in trouble. But I remember thinking, like, working hard is fucking stupid. And so I realized, like, I don't want to have to do that. And then when I had to go to school, I realized, like, this is fucking stupid too. And I stopped liking public school at a young age. Some kids like going to school and they were excited. Not me. I realized after like kindergarten, by first grade, I was like, this is repetitive. I did this already. I graduated from kindergarten. I thought I was done. Now I have to come back for first grade and do this for how long? Oh, fuck. So I remember showing up to first grade and being like, bleh, I have to do all this crap. Do you guys remember what it felt like to open up a spelling book and your teacher be like, read all this and spell all these words by Friday? And you have to be like, I have to do this at home? I can't do it here? No, you can't do it here. You have to do it at home. And it was like this feeling inside. It was like, I have to go open this fucking book and I don't want to. So it tarnished reading for me too. Like, I can read well, like I read just fine, but I don't like it. So I don't sit around and read because it was tarnished by school, because they were like making me read a bunch of shit I didn't want to. And so learning was shitty. Learning in the public school system was a shitty experience, and I didn't like it. And you know what I looked forward to? Recess. Going outside and playing with the other kid. Going outside and playing soccer or football or tetherball. whatever the fuck we played back then. You guys remember that was the cool thing? Like when it's the bell recess. And you know what happened? They started taking away recess to where now there's no such thing anymore. What is school's done through like Zoom or whatever now, but basically there used to be like you were in school and then you have recess. So I like to get things done. I like to play. And so I wanted to have a job where I could play somehow, have fun, and make money. And so as a kid, I'm like, well, I like playing football. I'll just play football. And then you realize that you're not going to be a professional football player, and you have to change up your plan. Well, then I'll be an astronaut or whatever. And so you come up with your plan on how you're going to make money. And where the hell is this story going? Basically, I don't like work. I don't like hard work, is where the story was going. And I didn't like learning in the public school system. So it was a bunch of stuff I didn't like doing and rewarded with weekends and recess. That's what I was drilling for. I'm going to stay on topic. So you get rewarded with a weekend. So you have to go to work on a Monday. And then Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're almost getting there. Thursday, things are looking bright. Oh, finally, it's Friday. TGIF. You can watch fucking TGIF Friday on TV, and then everything's good. And then Saturday, and then Sunday, and then you start feeling that feeling on Sunday. I have to go to work. I don't want to go to work. You guys know what I'm talking about? On Sunday, you start feeling it. Even though you're not at work on Sunday, you start feeling that you have to go to work. And so you're like, tomorrow I have to go to work. It's like a feeling inside. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys don't feel the same way. But there was a feeling inside that I didn't like. It was icky. It was like having to go do something I don't want to do. And everyone told me like my whole life that that's just what you have to do. And I grew up to find out. Here's the culmination of this long, weird fucking story. I grew up to find out it's not true. You don't have to work hard. You don't really have to. You have to work smart. You have to work smart, but you don't have to work hard. And if you set yourself up correctly, well then shit, you don't have to do much of anything. There's people that invested properly and their money works for them, and they can go fishing and jerk off every day, and their money is out there working on their behalf, you know? So if you set yourself up properly and make proper investments along the way, you can basically not have a job really and just do whatever you feel like doing. And a lot of people don't get to that point until maybe when they retire. And then by then it's too late. Like you're old and then you're limited on what you can actually physically go do. So the moral of all that big long story is to get the hell out of your slave job and do something you want to do so that you don't have to feel that icky feeling of having to go to work. It's a long story, but if you stuck with it, there's some hidden gems in there. Yeah. It's icky feeling. I remember what it was like. And it's been so long, I haven't felt that in so long that I have to sit here and try to remember what it felt like. And that's where that long story came from, was me trying to remember what it felt like to go to work on a Monday and not want to. I've been fired from every job that I ever had, except for singing for old people and singing in bars and being a YouTuber. That's like the only thing I don't get fired from. That's where they're like, yes, more. In fact, I just started singing again. I have 2 nursing homes that have called me back, and I'm back performing singing again. Ta-da! I've done a handful of shows already. So, you got to find a job that makes you happy. And I know that's like a a worn out phrase, but it is doable. And you might have to make other sacrifices in life to get there. But I do believe if you want it bad enough, you can change your life and make it into just about whatever you want it to be. Homefoot says it would be hard to leave my mom behind in San Antonio, Texas. I feel you. It's hard to leave my home state behind and just go out on tour and leave everything behind. I know how it goes. Uh, Harlan Hill says the richest man is who wants the least. Yeah, there's some truth to that. It does take money to have a decent life. It's pretty tough to be like dirt broke poor and enjoy this place. But uh, there's truth to what you said as far as you don't need to have billions or even millions in order to enjoy this place and have an absolutely fucking killer life. And if you can cut down on frivolous spending on stupid shit and then truly focus on what it is that you want, you can make some really cool things happen. At least that's what I've found with my life. Oh, I'm getting tired. Some people are saying I should move to Texas. Foamfoot says I should visit. I have done a flat Earth asshole tour before, and it was successful. It was back in 2000, summer of 2017, and I was planning on doing another one. I've talked about it for a while now, and I have the means to do it, and so it just comes down to me packing up the van and just heading out. So I should probably do that. Yoka Ma, Yokohama Mike. Yokohama Mike says a lot of chicks could roll with you. I don't know about that, but there's a lot of women out there across the United States that say, "Yeah, I should come visit." So that's always nice to hear. Um, I've done this deal before. It's always if you do meet up with somebody who lives 2,000, 3,000 miles away and you hit it off, then the problem becomes like, who's going to leave their life behind? Am I going to leave my life behind here and everything that I know to go live in some little town in some state that I am not used to? Is some woman going to leave her life to come be with me and live out of a van right now? Probably not. So it's a weird trade off to to have people who want to hang out with you, and you might even hit it off, but then what happens from there? Gabriel 777 says my wife fought off two other girls and won. So here we are. Wow, that's a cool story. Like she was what, in a fight with there's a three-way fight over you, and then she like won and clubbed you over the head and took you home back to the cave. Is that how that went down? Gabriel 777 says I have room for another wife though. I thought about trying to pitch that idea like, hey, how about I have like multiple wives and I'd be one of those guys that like creates one of those polyamorous like multiple wives situations, but wow, I have trouble just attracting and keeping one woman around, so it's going to be hard to talk multiple women into it. And I hear you need at least one in order to get two. So when you're at zero, like me right now, it's hard to like. You have to talk one of them into loving you before you can get two girls to be in love with you at the same time. So I'm still working on one. Homefoot 420 says, "Who knows where the road leads?" I don't know. Do you look like your profile picture? Is that what you actually look like? Because if so, then the road might lead to your doorstep, whatever that means. What the hell is going on here? Leonard Hand says two wives would take 20 years off your life. You guys are funny. She says, "Yes, I get that in every damn stream." Yeah, well, I don't want to break tradition. So, yes, I actually did go on a tour. For those of you who are maybe new here or weren't around in 2017, you weren't a subscriber yet. I did a tour across the United States and had subscribers show up to meet me. Met a lot of colorful people, had a lot of good times, and there was some drama along the way, but I remember it all with very fond memories. So um, it's probably a good idea that I pack up the van and head out and come see you guys and set up some truther meetups. What I did the first time is I set up flat Earth gatherings. So this next time I would set up truther gatherings, I guess. I'd change the label, I guess. Well, I got Michael Dean in chat. That's a friend of mine from Modesto, says solo based Jake. How about that? So that's an old school friend right there. That's from my funky bass playing days in Modesto. Rob Gunn says, "Come to Chicago. You can crash at my pad." I actually went to Chicago on the last tour and had a good crowd there that showed up. I had like maybe 30 people that showed up, and there was one girl who especially wanted to meet me, and she was a stripper. That was the first time I ever got to hang out with a stripper off the clock. She'd never been camping before, so needless to say, I took a stripper camping in the suburbs of Chicago. I found one of those wannabe campgrounds. It's a good time. Then the day came where I drove away. And I was like, "Hey, you want to come visit me in California?" She's like, "Oh, well, now that you're gone, I don't quite feel the same about you anymore." It's like, oh well. That's that story. But she was a stripper, so it would have never worked. And she was one of those polyamorous types, which is always another red flag. How's that supposed to work? Gonna be with a stripper who's polyamorous? Yeah, sure. Uh, You never know what story you might hear on this channel. You get me drunk enough, you just might hear anything. Oh, fuck. Gabriel777 says, "Yeah, that wouldn't be good unless you're the cuckold type." Jacob Nuzum says, "Seems like being patient with women usually works out." Well, just all depends. If you don't get yourself out there and put yourself in the game, then you can be patient sitting at home jerking off playing video games and it won't happen. Foamfoot420 says the past is the past. Oh yeah, for sure. I just like to tell stories from the past to my audience, and that was one of them. Lias, when am I thinking of coming to England? Dude, I've never been to Europe. I'd love to go. I'd love to visit, but I don't know what the international restrictions and all that stuff. I don't know, man. I'd love to go. I'd love to go anywhere outside of the United States, man. I just don't like dealing with bullshit. And like I said, I don't know about all the travel restrictions right now, but I hear it's like they're clamping down pretty bad. Now everyone's asking me when I'm coming to places. uh, Yokohama Mike says it's weird. You seem perfect for a nomad life on the road with a good woman and your dog. Yeah, it's just trying to find that good woman's the hard part. That's the challenge. And Gabriel says if you ever make it to Florida, that'd be cool. I have family in Florida, and I haven't been there in like over a decade, but I like Florida. I like the weather over there. So I pretty much just need to do it, man. I just need to head out and just start driving and do it like I did last time and just not worry about it. Dominic Delete says Florida is my favorite state. It is pretty cool. The only problem is it's flat, man. There's no mountains and stuff. And so my gripe is like it doesn't quite have the mountain foresty snow top thing going on. So you can't go skiing, you know. So that's the knock on Florida. But other than that, it's sunny and nice, especially in southern Florida. All right, I'm getting tired. I can tell I'm like starting to fall asleep. But I had a fun stream with you guys. I've had fun hanging out with you guys. Did you guys have fun hanging out with me? Foamfoot says I haven't dated in a year after a 5-year failed relationship. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was in an 8-year relationship and it didn't work out. And then I've been single for 5 years. So I'm 5 years single and I was in an 8-year relationship. And now uh, I'm in a dry spell as far as just straight up dating goes. Like, I've done a bunch of dating, but seems like since I got in the van, all my dates have fucking dried up. I went on one date and then I tried to explain what it was like to take DMT, and then she never talked to me again. So since I've moved into the van, uh, dating life has went down fast. Learned hand says I haven't even touched another human in 14 months, not even a fist bump. Well, I've had fist bumps, bro. I can say I've had some fist bumps. All right. All right, guys. I'm getting tired and I'm falling asleep. This was a fun stream. I just needed to have a stream where we just hang out, shoot the shit, and play some bass. And that was what we did. So I accomplished that. So, thank you for everyone joining me. All you lovely, awesome people in chat. Anyone who donated, anyone who said their opinion, any comments that I didn't read, I'm sorry. I can't catch them all. Um, so, until next time, Foamfoot420 says, well worth the lack of sleep tonight. Oh, you are very sweet. And I look forward to one day meeting you in person. And maybe we could do a live stream together. I have a feeling if I was to do a live stream with a beautiful woman at my side, that we could get way more viewers. We could just get the subs, start shooting up. We would go to the moon. All right. So until next time, I'll see you guys later and good night.